a warrior, I think.
Part of what I want to do with this is introduce a new segment that I'm going to try to do at the beginning of my streams that I'm going to call Sock Talk. So basically, what I'm going to do is pick kind of a topic each stream and just kind of chat about the topic. It'll be anything from topics specific to the game, so like Diablo builds, Diablo lore,
it shattered into 3 pieces as I
how the season's running, you know, whatever comes to mind on the day. And
are rampaging through the fields.
Could also include things like
sword have anything to do with that?
Of course,
gaming in general, DLCs, personal life, just kind of what's on my mind for the day. So with this one, I figured I would start off with basically kind of like a little bit of a background on myself, where kind of like what my background is in gaming, what I'm thinking to try to do with this channel, and just give you guys a little bit of idea of who DeadSockPuppet is and what I'm all about. Each of these will then be, I'll break these off as a highlight, so that if you do miss part of it or want to go back and see old ones, you can go back through my Twitch highlights. I'll also take those highlights and upload them to my to my YouTube channel, because I'm a newer YouTube streamer, a newer YouTube content creator. I don't have a fairly simple channel name, so I will. You can get to that channel in that playlist from my Twitter account, DeadSockPuppet_. Just go to my profile, my link for my YouTube channel will be right down. So let's get a little bit of background. So I have been gaming for probably 25-30 years or so. Started with the Atari 7800. Basically playing that at a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, running the original Xbox. Moved on to the Xbox 360, and then on to the PlayStation 4, which I'm currently playing on. In the past, I have done some play on PC gaming. I used to play a lot of StarCraft, Warcraft, played some Rainbow Six, the original Rainbow Six on there. Neverwinter Nights was probably one of the last games that I regularly played back like 10 years or so ago. But I do have a lot of background in RPG type games, between playing games, as I said, like Neverwinter Nights, playing Diablo 2, playing the Dragon Age series, and on top of that I used to play a lot of Dungeons & Dragons in high school and college. Anything between actually running sessions and as a DM or GM, whichever term you prefer, and actually playing them. So kind of RPGs are kind of a game that I'm a big fan of, or a genre that I'm a fan of. It's, you know, it gives you something where you can actually create a character that's kind of different than what you do, or what you are, what your life is, get that escape and actually
Eastern Kingdom of Kyrgyzstan. I heard rumors of
entertain yourselves and your friends and kind of escape from reality. So not being able to find a local group here, I've kind of moved on to playing some online RPGs, kind of like Diablo here, playing Elder Scrolls Online, played a lot of that, Skyrim, something where I can kind of get the same interaction without having another group of people. Part of it also is that the D&D group that I kind of used to play with when I was at my previous job had a lot of odd shifts, worked a lot of hours, basically kind of job sacrificed my time with my friends and relationships with friends, and between that and friends that just kind of moved on to other parts of the country or other cities in the state, became kind of hard to keep up with a group like that. So I ended up turning to some online gaming. I've been basically playing online gaming for like roughly 10 years now. With that, I actually, when I originally started playing online gaming, I got in with a group and was playing a lot of Call of Duty. I used to get all the new iterations each year, but haven't really played much since Black Ops 2, just because it's kind of gotten old, and the whole change away from boots on the ground, although now I know World War II one that's coming out is going to be moving back to that. Just that kind of grown tired of playing basically the same thing over and over, just spending $60 each year to get a game that then you have to buy the next one, the next year here. So so why Diablo 3? So I was looking for a game that had obviously some RPG elements into it, because it was something then that I could get into, I could play. Looking for a game that had an established community, something that, because I haven't played this in a long time, although I did play it on the 360, I didn't play it a ton, but something where I could get into. There would be people of different levels of skill, so that I could actually relearn how to play the game, how to craft characters, and how to play the different aspects. Also something that had some longevity to it, so with the seasons and addition of the necromancer content, there's a lot of gameplay that we have with this, so looking for something that I should get into and play for an extended period of time, and have a lot of different options on what I'm doing. So that's kind of why I went with Diablo 3. Ultimately, I'm looking to, with my channel, try to build a place where people can come and off the game, whether it's lore, the guilds, to talk about seasons, different help with different things, building characters, things like that. And initially, it'll be me basically asking questions of you, the community, the followers here, of how to do most of this as I try to learn and relearn the game. And I hope to, at some point, eventually be able to offer that kind of input myself. I played a lot of Division with the basically I was a day one player for that. Played it until the last couple of weeks here, so I became pretty familiar with the lore, the mechanics, how to create guilds, things like that. And so I was, I would share that information on stream. I would also share that in community posts on various forums. And so I'm kind of looking to do the same kind of thing, get to that same level, or at least get to a point where I can offer my 2 bits, my explanations for why I'm doing things with Diablo. So that's kind of a little bit of my background and where I am hoping to get to. Obviously the idea will be is then start each of my streams with one of these little talks to kind of create conversation, keep myself talking to the community, to keep myself
Not yet.
active, and then to actually, like I said, to ultimately get the community talking, because that's really what I want to do. Is I want to foster a place where people can come in, they can watch some gameplay, depending on the day. Sometimes good, most of the time, you know, maybe not, but you know, kind of see how things go. But where they can kind of come in, have watch me run through some of the game here, and just kind of basically talk about the game, life, the universe, everything. So a little bit about my my gameplay, how I tend to play. It's normal story build. Typically, I will start off with either like a thief character, or in the case of Gallo, since there really isn't a thief, or at least because I don't know the game well enough, I don't know if there is a thief or not. Typically, I will go either thief or fighter. Thief tends to make it easier to get into everything, and fighter obviously makes it easier to survive. So I went with the Crusader here, kind of putting together like a tank, just to kind of feel out the game, feel out how
Patience.
how everything plays out here. So I don't really know any of the endgame stuff, but granted I'm only level 15, so I've got a little bit of time before I get there. So I'm just kind of running through. I call them fog of war players, so you'll constantly see me checking the map to make sure that I'm actually checking every area of the map. I tend to run corner to corner. If I happen to get, you know, stumble into the space that I need to, the door, the area of the map, I will oftentimes run back out to just go see what areas I might have missed. I like to clear everything up. I kind of picked this up from playing from playing just regular Warcraft 2. That was one of the things I, you know, as soon as you had enough peons, take them, send them off in every direction, just kind of see what you can find. So I kind of do the same thing with my gameplay here. If there's a fog of war or anything that I can kind of clear up and look for, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to run through and start looking through all the maps just to see, make sure I don't miss anything. I tend to be a little bit of a hoarder, so I like to pick up anything and everything that I can. So you'll notice that oftentimes before I'm going to go into, if I know about it, before I'm going to go into like a larger dungeon or a longer run, I will clear out as much of my inventory as possible so that I can pick up anything and everything that I come across, and then kind of sort all the stuff out at a later time. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about how I play, kind of what I'm doing with this character. You know, if you're watching here and you see something that I missed, something that suggestion on gameplay, please feel free to call it out. You know, I appreciate any type of constructive criticism and comments, especially when it comes to playing through a game like this. You know that it's just something that you need when you don't know the game. It's just some, you know, info that you need to be able to actually enjoy the game. I'm pretty open to that kind of information. So like I said, that's kind of what I want to do here. Is I want to be able to create a place where people can come in, they can ask questions that at the start, but I can ask a bunch of questions as people come in to kind of learn how to better play this game. So let's see. So that's kind of how I play, kind of what I'm doing here, just seeing what all stuff I get. Check through the maps here, kind of run through and just kind of see, like, you know, what all stuff's going on. Like I said, you know, you see I'm clearing out all of the stuff that I can break and all that kind of stuff. Just can't leave any stone unturned or any door unopened. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is just running through here. So if you're just joining now, just coming in, this is going to be the first of what I'm calling my sock talks. So this is basically going to be each stream I'll start off with a topic, some type of conversation piece that either refers specifically to the game that I'm playing, to the game in general, to real life, whatever, just something to kind of give everybody a chance to strike up a conversation, and just kind of foster a place where the community is free to just kind of talk and chat while watching some gameplay. So what this topic today has been on, it's kind of like a little bit of my background, how I've been gaming for about 25-30 years, that I've played a lot of, started originally online with a lot of Call of Duty games. I've played some a good chunk of RPG, both online and in pen and paper role-playing games, and that I'm pretty much not a completionist per se in the game, but I like to travel everywhere I can on maps or on games kind of like this to just make sure I don't miss anything. So that's kind of what I've been talking about here. I did play a little bit of Diablo 3 on the 360, but the group that I ran with tended to play a lot more than I did. Because of that, they were typically ahead of me in level, and so whenever I jump on, it was kind of one of those, oh, here, you can be the pack mule, you can collect whatever crap that we can't carry or don't want to carry, and I was pretty much just power leveled, so it was a stand in the back and just get experience, which is, you know, pretty crap way to play a game. So I fairly quickly got turned off from that, and then after that, it was soon after we moved over to the PlayStation 4, and I just never picked the game back up again. So that's kind of where I'm at here. So I'm playing through this. Is my first run through this is a normal story run. It's not a season run. One, I wasn't sure that you could originally play season first run without a established character. Well, I did learn that is not the case, that you can actually play with it sounds like you can start a story season run with a brand new character. But I still wanted to play the regular story, kind of get a feel for how it plays, and get a feel for how the game plays again before I got too far into seasons, so I could actually be somewhat decent. And then also at some point pick up a decent gaming PC and then actually play some of the Diablo on that.
Not yet.
A little bit larger community, so like I said, if you're interested, these sock talks will actually be they will be broken out as highlights on my Twitch channel here. They will also be on uploaded to my YouTube channel. It is a newer channel, so I don't have a very simple link for it. So if you're interested in looking at them on my YouTube channel at a later time, they will be in a playlist. Then you can actually reach my YouTube channel by going to my by heading to my Twitter page, DeadSockPuppet_, and in the on my profile there is a link directly to my YouTube page. So again, that's a little bit about me, a little bit about my background, what I'm looking to do with this channel, and where you can get some additional information on this where you can get some additional information on these sock talks.
Please free my family
So,
from their cursed existence.
I think that will be it for this first sock talk. I'm going to continue playing here, but I'm going to sign off on this one. Like I said, hit me up on
Prepare to face
my Twitter profile, DeadSockPuppet_, and you can find the link to my YouTube page where you'll be able to see these in a playlist called Sock Talk, or you can check them out as highlights on my Twitch channel here. So let's see.